Hi guys, let's talk about seam ripping and unstitching our stitches that we just did. So this here's our seam ripper. And I'm Kathy from Fabric Bash, by the way. And so I love to talk about how we can better unpick sometimes. And there's all kinds of different ways to do it. I'm going to show you 3 today. There's 3 of many, right? So everybody does something a little bit different. But these are the 3 that I tend to use the most. Let's talk about the anatomy of our seam ripper, trying to get this in focus here. You have the point, then we have this little C area right in here, and then the red ball. So let me show you one of the ones I see most common in my store. Not necessarily the most common, but maybe what I see the most and maybe what I used to do before I learned some tricks. All right, so what you can see here is I have this red stitching here on this blue fabric. So I wanted to have something pretty easy that we could pull apart and that you could see. So you see those red stitches there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that seam ripper, I'm going to pull and gently tug at that, gently. I don't want to stretch my fabric, and I just pull it apart. To me, this is one of the safest ways to do it because it's nice and slow. Picking should not be a fast process sometimes. I think we could say that it takes little time to stitch and a lot of time to unstitch. But you can see when I do that, when I pull and get a couple threads, I can pull a few stitches out. The other way that I feel is pretty safe as well, and I actually like this one a lot as well because it goes nice and slow. But what I do is from the top, I'm going to make sure I just get underneath the thread here. I'm going to go about every 3 to 5 stitches. I'm going to go down. This way is nice and safe for me, but it also gives me great satisfaction when I pull this apart, and I'll show you here just a second. So you can see I undid about every 3 to 5 stitches from the top. Now when I pull this apart, I have to get it started sometimes a little bit. That's a very normal thing. But you can see, wow, I just pulled a whole bunch apart. That's very satisfying to me. Okay, this third method is going to utilize that red ball that is on our seam ripper. So what we're going to do is I need to get started just a little bit when I start on my piecing. So I'm going to take out a few stitches. Now when I move this apart, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place that C and that ball. So the point is on one side of my stitches, the ball is on the other side of my stitches. So you can see that point is tucked in there and the ball is on the other side. Now I'm going to gently just go ahead and just push. And as I push, then the stitches are going to come up. But I'm going to always move my thumb and my forefinger down as I stitch. So I always have my fingers right here. So I can feel that ball and my pointer, so I know it's not going through my fabric or hurting my fabric. But like you can see here, it is a pretty fast method, but I also want to caution you, if you feel any sort of tension as you push here, that you don't just keep jamming, because you might have the pointer through some of your fabric and then you're going to be sad. All right. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please share. And most of all, have some fun while you're unpicking. Listen to some good music. Watch a good podcast. Maybe watch some of our videos and enjoy the unpicking.